It's such a terrible, terrible universal truth of this world, but you're going to lose people. Hey, what's up guys? My name's Laughlin. Welcome back. Good to have you back. Before I forget, let's hop right into it. You are loved, you're amazing, you're awesome, you're inspiring. You are the music in somebody's life. You are the muse of life itself. You are life itself. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are amazing. You are unstoppable. You are important. There is a reason you are here. You have a purpose. And if no one else has told you today, I love you. Loss. It breaks my heart, but it is something that's become more and more a part of my life. Losing somebody it's horrible. Few things that even come close to losing somebody you care about. So if you're watching this and you've lost somebody, I'm sorry. It took me a long time in my life to figure out what is a healthy way to grieve. Some people unfortunately turn to things like drugs and alcohol to help numb the pain, and I know from my experience and people I know that is not something I want for you. Horribly damaging on your life. It takes control of you. I just wanted to share a few ways to deal with the pain and coping of loss that I've worked on myself. I am not a trained psychotherapist. If you are dealing with major depression because of the loss of a loved one, I highly encourage you to go to therapy or perhaps talk with some sort of respected counselor in your community, but please get help. It's an unbearable burden to try and do it on your own. And there are people who are trained and able to help you. So before you take any of this advice into account, please, I beg you, go try therapy. That's one of the things that got me out of one of my deep holes. I have a video where I've talked about it. It's actually incredibly important, and not just when you're in the throes of a deep depression, but learn how to have healthy relationships with yourself and others. I mean, that's really what the root of therapy is, or was for me. Might be a different experience for you, but I highly encourage that you go. With that in mind, this is something that I've heard over and over from different people in my life whom I highly respected. It is something I overlook so often because my instinct when I feel lost is to numb that pain, right? Whether that's having a drink, distracting myself with work, consuming myself with being so social, or doing whatever I can to not focus on the pain. Here's the thing, the pain is going to be there unless you confront it. You have to feel the pain. And so something that many people I love and trust have told me, and I found has actually worked, give yourself time to feel the pain and be patient with yourself. It's okay if you're not gonna go straight to being your super normal productive yourself. It's absurd to think that you could do that. It's a horrible burden to put on yourself to think you should go back to normal. You've lost something massive in your life, and it's not going to come back. Not in the same way. When somebody dies, you lose the way that person sees you. Nobody will ever see you in the way they saw you. So you can't replace what's gone. But you have to allow yourself to feel within a reasonable time frame. The advice I've been told is give yourself a day and feel the pain and just really allow it, and then start working to go through it. Give yourself a day, maybe 2 days, a week, however long you really need to, but no, you have to feel the pain. That's step one before you can really move on in a fully developed and healthy way. So the next step to do, and this is something I've learned from a clinical psychologist named Jordan Peterson. He talks a lot about depression. Malcolm Gladwell quoted him in his book, and I highly respect Malcolm Gladwell. One of the things Jordan Peterson talks about when it comes to depression is to just do something that made you 1% better than yesterday. Do something, anything, just to get a little bit productive. No way you can go full bore, full tilt right into it, right? You just have to do something, move again, because the problem is when something earth-shattering like that happens, we don't know how to orient ourselves in the world again, because the world is different. And I obviously don't know everyone you've lost, but they don't want the world to stop. I know I wouldn't. My time comes, and it will come out of the blue, I'm certain. I don't want anyone to stop. Like you have to continue living your life, enjoying every breath. Mourn the loss, but you must start the journey. The next thing I want you to do is call someone you love. Call someone who makes you laugh. Something that's going to bring just a hint of joy into your life. And it doesn't even have to be a therapy session, because ideally you're already doing that work. Talk to one of those people who can make your world a little bit brighter. Please, once again, just a reminder, if you haven't considered it, please consider going to therapy no matter what. When you lose somebody, it helps. It's absolutely paramount that you learn how to deal with grief with somebody who's professionally trained. I hope doing these 3 things can help you guys, because you're going to lose people. You need to have ways of coping and getting through and continuing on with life, because life is long and it is hard. Odds of you becoming a human are in the trillions. It's absurd how unlikely it is that you were born, but you were. You were born for a purpose, and I hope you find that. Just a reminder, guys, I'm not a psychotherapist. If you're dealing with any sort of depression, or even if you have any sort of loss, I highly recommend you go to therapy. I don't know, if you guys have any other tips or things that you do when you're going through loss, please just let me know down in the comments, and then please check those out, guys. There's, I'm sure, a fountain of wisdom and good advice that people have down here. I love you. Thank you for everything you do. Until next time, guys, peace out.
Yeah.